Look at this weather. It's like 90 degrees. Flat calm. Clear water. Too bad it's October. There's probably no fish. So I know I haven't been posting any videos lately, and it's not for lack of trying. I've been going out a lot, but it's just been really tough. October's usually a tough month because it's still hot. Fish are still lethargic, but a lot of those more aggressive species have moved out. Halibut have moved out farther. Striper start moving their way back into fresh water. And you know, the perch are biting, but they're more difficult to find. But this one's going out either way, regardless of whether or not I catch anything. I'm doing sort of a review of this rod and a preview of this new reel I got. It's a Spinfisher 6 4500. It's supposed to be a good surf reel. Feels pretty nice. I'm not really a fan of Penn reels, but this one feels different than the Penn Battle I've owned. Penn Battle was probably one of the worst reels I've ever bought. Every time I use it, slightest bit of water touches it and it seizes up. So I don't recommend that one, but this one feels all right. It is sealed, and it's a lot smoother than the Battle. The Battle felt like you could feel the gears interacting with each other. This one has a machined aluminum gear, so it definitely is a lot smoother. It's not as smooth as my Shimano's and my BG and all that stuff, but for a Penn, I'd say it's pretty smooth. I put this power handle on here. This is actually from the Penn Battle. That's why it's that color. And yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a little bit bigger than the 4000. It is a 4500. Got a nice big spool, which I like. And you might have noticed that I had a Daiwa Saltus Back Bay 4000 that I was using on here. And that thing was just, it was too small. It was super smooth, super light. Really went well with this rod, but it wasn't big enough. Didn't hold very much line, and it just didn't have the retrieve speed that I wanted. It had like a 5.2-to-1 gear ratio, and it had a small spool, so it didn't pick up very much line. This thing picks up like 40 inches per turn. So yeah, we're gonna see if this works. Drag feels nice. Penn has, you know, good drags. It's pretty smooth. Looks nice. I like how it looks, but it's kind of superficial. Fits this rod. This is my 9-foot. There's some seaweed. My 9-foot Lamiglass Insane. Feels pretty nice. A little bit heavier. The Saltus weighed like 10 ounces. This thing weighs like a good 14. Anyway, I'm gonna try out this combo with a bunch of different lures, see how it casts, see how it works things. Got 30-pound J braid on here. I'd say 30 or 20 pounds, probably what you want to use with this reel. And yeah, I'm seeing fish in the waves. Can't tell what they are. Definitely bait fish. Water's super clear today. Yeah, I'll probably throw a handful of lures just to test them out and then switch to a Kalisa or something and fish that for the rest of the day, because that's probably the only thing that'll get bit. I didn't bring any tackle for fishing like sand crabs or anything. This isn't really a surf perch rod either, this is for striper, but I wanted to try it out. It's good to see how your reel works with your rod. This rod's great. This is a $130 rod. Super, super, super light. Super light action too, which is nice. I feel like a lot of surf rods are way too heavy of an action for fishing California. Our striper aren't very big, and we're not using heavy lures. So this thing casts like an ounce to 2 ounces perfectly. And it casts this little half-ounce bucktail pretty well. It's a super parabolic rod. It's not one of these fast action, you know, modern feeling rods. It's got a really slow action to it, but it works. It feels really good. Blows up lures really nicely. It's great for popping because it really holds that action that you want. Great all-around rod. I love this thing. It's perfect for like anywhere from like a 4,000 size BG, which is kind of big, to like Penn Battle 4,000, any of the Shimano 4,000 size reels. It's perfect. I'd say for a Daiwa reel, maybe go with like a 3,000. It's a pretty light rod, so you want to pair it with something light. This reel's not really light. This is a heavy reel, but so far it feels pretty good. The only thing I don't really like about this reel is the sound of the drag. I don't know if you can hear that. I've noticed a lot of newer reels are having this sort of, I don't know, the drag isn't sounding so great. Daiwa's doing it, Penn's been doing it. It's this really like non-metallic sounding drag. I don't like that. I like a loud drag. But it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. It's smooth, which is what's important. So this is a Daiwa SP Minnow. This is like the 5-inch model. This is probably the lightest lure that really works with this rod. Like this thing, you can load it up and get it out there. This is where you start getting into that perfect range, right at about an ounce. One other thing I've noticed about this reel is the line lay is actually really nice compared to all the other pens I've owned. This actually lays line properly. The other one would bunch up in the middle and it would have these gaps on the top, and you could not fill that thing up past like 2/3 full without getting wood knots every time you went out. This one's pretty much 100% filled to the top. Line lay looks perfect. Good to see. Alright, now I'm gonna try a 6-inch SP Minnow. There's a 6-inch SP. See how this casts. This has a nice wide spool, so it casts a lot better than the Saltus did. go. There we go. Oh no, what do we have? What is this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Battery? Alright. This will be a good way to test the power of this reel. I'll just lock the drag. I got 30-pound line, so. And I don't have very much of it. I just put a little top shot on. I haven't actually got the full spool that I ordered yet, so I'm gonna have to watch out. This thing's going. See that? I'm gonna run out of line. I have 30-pound mono underneath, so it's not that bad, but. Good test. Okay, come on. Drag is locked. I mean, I could go tighter, but it's as tight as I can go without breaking off. interesting. At least I can give a review on this reel a little bit more now. I'll tell you what I thought about that fight. Okay, drag worked really well. Love that drag, but it did feel a little bit, I guess this happens with all reels, but under a lot of load, turning the handle was a little bit more difficult than some other reels. But it wasn't that bad. But, you know, it was noticeable. And then, felt really good. Like I said, drag was great. Yeah, I had that drag locked down. And felt really good. My BG, super popular reel. I feel like it has kind of a, I don't know, the drag system on that reel is kind of weird. It slips a lot. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but it doesn't hold the same way that like a, like this Penn does. It feels like this drag's super consistent, but my BG, you can sort of feel it slipping. That might be in the design. I think they designed some sort of thing where the drag does that. I don't know why, but this definitely felt better than the BG, drag wise. Okay, I hope I don't catch another one though. That was fun, but I want some real fish. Try one more and then switch to a Khalifa. Try and catch a surf perch or something. Glad I caught that ray on the SP though, because it's got nice hardware. Alright, this is really the lure I wanted to try. Right off the bat, this was really nice. That fast gear ratio makes it so I can keep up with my lure. The Saltus was just too slow, I couldn't keep up with it. But this is a lot better, definitely. Noticeable difference here, and that power handle. It's a nice addition. Took a couple sprays too, so we'll see how that handles it. You know what, this rod's actually casting this lure pretty damn good for how light it is. I would recommend you use a much lighter rod, but this is actually not that bad. Like 30-pound braid's way too heavy for something like this. I go with like 15 or 20. The little salmon rod. Ooh, that was a little hit. See all the bait fish too. Alright, we're gonna give that hole right there a shot. You kind of see it. See where the wave's breaking on both sides? And then there's that trench right there. So that wave's gonna break because there's a shallow sandbar, and then roll over the spot and reform. So you can tell there's another little hole right there. So that means there's shallow water out there where that wave just broke. And then it drops off. We'll see if anyone's sitting in that hole. Something. Oh my god, what is this? Oh my god. Really? Really? This fish is smaller than the lure. Look at that. He attacked it too. I felt him hit it. Ridiculous. Okay. They're here. At least the 3-inchers are. Oh! Damn it! That was a fish. there it is. I think it did pretty good today. Spinfisher. Definitely starting to like it. I mean, drag's awesome. It's not too rough for me, and the weight isn't horrible. So as long as it's you know, nice and sealed and the waterproofing works as it's supposed to, I think this is going to be the perfect reel for this rod. Once again, this is a Lamiglass Insane Surf 9-footer. I have the 10-footer as well. This thing's awesome. I highly recommend it. If you want a surf rod for about a little over 100 bucks, that's the way to go. And yeah, if you're gonna go with a reel like this size, I'd go with the 9-foot. And then the 10-footer is perfect for like a 4,000 BG or a 5,000 size pen. I definitely would go with the 10-foot if you're throwing heavier flux, but smaller stuff around an ounce, this rod's perfect. So yeah, if you want to see more reviews, leave a comment. I'm thinking I'm going to start doing more of them. Maybe I'll do a review of all the gear I used this year. Give you guys an idea of what I think of everything. So if you want to see that, like the video and leave a comment. But yeah, put one fish on the reel. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm giving it a solid year. I think it'll do a year. We'll see. Anyways, see you guys later. Stay tuned for the next video. We've got one coming out real soon.